can you use your loan for? Well, for one thing, you can't use it to live on. So if you go to the bank to get a loan, and they look at you and they go, well, what are your assets? What have you got to live on? This is one time it really does come in handy if you're married. If you have a working spouse, it really does help. It's an outside resource. Because you have really no visible means of support. It's pretty obvious that if you get a loan, you're going to use it partially for living expenses, and you can't do that. So you're not going to get that loan. So just kind of keep that in mind. But anyway, it could be for any reasonable business purchase, whether you want to get machinery equipment, or you need money for working capital for your fixed expenses, leasehold improvements, when you lease a space, many times it's 4 walls and nothing else, you want to modify to meet your needs. To refinance existing debt, and that's refinance existing business debt. Let's say you started your business with a bunch of credit cards, and you're paying 18, 20, 30% interest. That's considered unreasonable. You could refinance that into an SBA loan provided you could show that it was used all for business. Now, the only exception currently is if you took money out of your home, I like what's called a HELOC loan, home equity loan, line of credit. Currently, that is not acceptable to refinance because you'd be paying that back into your own home versus your business, even though you did use that money for a business purpose. However, I've been told it's coming down the pipe where they're going to use they're going to allow that, but for now it's not. And also, you decide to purchase a building for your business, or you want to build something. Nowadays, nobody's building very much, but you can do that. And also business acquisitions. If you purchase an existing business with like a mom and pop type or a franchise. Now, currently, the only franchise that's not eligible is the 7-Eleven, and it's not because they're bad guys, but it's because of the legal structure of the 7-Eleven. And if you enter a franchise that has not been on our books before, on our registry, you have to submit the circular to our legal counsel to review to make sure that it's actually set up as a standalone small business. What kind of terms can you get? Well, it depends on the terms of the loan, and it depends what you're going to use the money for. If you're going to get working capital loans, you can get up to 10 years. On machinery equipment, you get up to 7 to 10 years. Could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more, because it's all based on IRS. IRS has a useful life, and that's what they use as a guideline for the useful life of that product, whatever it is. At the max you'll ever get is 25 years for real estate. So if you purchase a building for your business, you get the max is 25 years. If you get a loan that has maybe some working capital, maybe some leasehold improvement, maybe a piece of equipment, they do a weighted average, but at no time will it exceed 25 years. Interest rates, everybody always wants to know, how much do you charge? I charge nothing, but the bank will charge you. And it's always based on the Wall Street prime plus the spread, the RP penalties. And let's say you're lucky enough to hit the lottery, or you become a trust baiter or something. You got all these size standards. You have to be operating for profit. The Small Business Act does not allow us to finance nonprofits. We have no choice in that. So if you're a company, and you want strange companies that have part nonprofit and part for-profit, the for-profit can't apply for an SBA loan. The business has to be physically located in the U.S. Now, once you grow and expand, you have branches all over the world, but the basic corporate office has to be in the United States. Because, if you get an SBA loan and you get equipment with our money and you default for whatever reason, you can't march into Mexico or Canada or China to demand our stuff back. So whatever you buy with our money has to stay in the States as well. You have to be unable to secure reasonable financing through other means. What does that mean? Well, if you happen to be one of these golden children who have great credit and got all these assets, and you walk into the bank and they look at you and go, wow, okay, if you're on a conventional side, but wait a minute, I want an SBA loan. It doesn't work that way. It's the bank's call to decide. On the one hand, it's a great thing that if you're that good, if you have all these assets and you've got fabulous credit and everything else. On the other hand, you don't need us. So when the bank decides to put you on the conventional side, the terms are going to be different. And it's their call. We can't intercede and say, put them on the SBA side. So just be aware of that. So some businesses are not eligible. Those businesses are businesses that discriminate against anybody. You can't have a men only, a woman only, Italians only, anything only. It has to be open to the general public. The business cannot be owned by somebody who's under indictment, on parole, or on probation. We don't finance businesses who promote religion of any kind. So, you can sell religious articles, like, for example, like Hallmark, they have, religious articles for communions or confirmations, whatever. That's okay, but they can't promote any kind of religion. And the last thing is we don't have anything to do with sex or the adult entertainment industry. So you can't get any girly shots or any of those. And if people have asked me, well, gee, can we get like a platinum plus? No, sorry about that. Would not make for great headlines, especially nowadays. Our programs, well, here we go there. I'll finish with that. What I wanted to tell you is, we are downtown San Diego. We also have a fabulous website, www.sba.gov, which has just about everything that you can possibly think of in business. Please go on those websites to get information. Information is power. The more you know, the better off you are. And also the SCORE website is www.score-sandiego.org. They also have a wonderful website with all kinds of templates for everything you could possibly want. We're available there Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 every day. You need an appointment if you want to come in. But generally, what I tell people when you're starting a business or if you're running a business and you're looking to expand, talk to one of the counselors. These folks really know what they're talking about and they can help you, they can guide you in the right way. Because it's a lot easier to do things the right way in the beginning and screw things up and try to undo it. It's a lot more expensive and time consuming. And the other thing I want to leave you with also is there is a legal program that's it's called Entrepreneurship Clinic at the University of San Diego and also at Thomas Jefferson School of Law. These folks provide free legal assistance for your business. So you can sign up with either one of them. I hear there is a waiting list, but you pay the fees to the state, and they do all the legal work for free. They're only on during the school semester, which basically is from September through May. So if you need any kind of legal assistance with your business, you want to incorporate, or you want to trademark something, or whatever, great place to go to because they have this stuff, and it's targeted for low to moderate income, but they don't ask you for your tax returns. So if you go there for help, they will help you. That's the end of my thing, so thank you. And I'm going to introduce Robert Lopez. He's with Axion, and he will tell you all about their program. Thank you.
I want to mention once again, and I know Brianna mentioned the Words of Money event coming up, but when it comes to lending, every situation is totally different. It's very unique to your specific situation. And there's so many different firms. When you need a startup, you can need a $1 million loan, you need a $300 loan. There's so many different variables that come into play when you're looking for financing that you're not going to be able to really get your answers here today in a 15-minute presentation. These are just quick synopses of what we do. But the Words of Money event coming up on May 5th, this Saturday, is a great place to go because it's a marquee access to capital event in San Diego County. Usually there's about 300 to 400 entrepreneurs there, and every single lender that you can think of and every type of lender you can think of will be there. Again, it's May 5th. You have a little flyer in your folder. But what we're doing today is we have a partnership with SDSU. It includes a plate of breakfast, a plate of lunch, and there's a $10 fee. But if you sign up today, we leave you a little registration card in the back desk at our desk. We're actually waiving that. You get a 10 for free. So I really encourage you to attend if you're really looking for financing. But we'll talk about our program. Now, did everybody get the information for SBA? Yeah? You guys ready to go? All right. So who's ever heard of Axion San Diego? Anybody? Not you, Lisa. Come on. Okay, so there's some research on this, so that's good. So Axion San Diego is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Have you guys ever heard of a nonprofit lender? It's unheard of, right? But what we do, we actually do microloans. So microloans are exactly what it sounds like. It's small loans. They're small loans for entrepreneurs that are either looking to start a business or looking to grow and expand their business. So our goal is economic development. So we're looking for those businesses that are going to create jobs, that are going to create change in the community, and they're going to really make an economic impact in San Diego County. So I'm not going to read our entire mission, but you can see what our mission is. Really, there's access to credits for entrepreneurs, and besides the access to credit, we also provide resources to our clients. So it's not really just giving them the money and wishing them luck, but it's really giving them the money and making sure that they're successful with that capital. So we provide volunteer opportunities, we provide marketing opportunities. We have a partnership with KSI where we feature clients once a month at their storefronts every morning to say, hey, this is what we do and this is what Axion did, and it really gives them exposure. We have a lot of times talk about our clients in the media with newspapers, in our newsletter. There's a lot of opportunities, and again, events like Words of Money or other events that are coming or resources that we offer for our clients. So we offer term loans from $300 all the way up to $35,000. So these are micro loans. They're not lines of credit. There are fixed rate term loans fully amortized. So you have monthly equal payments depending on your loan size. And when you pay that loan, when you finish your term, that loan's going to be paid in full as long as you complete your schedule. But there is no PPM penalty. So if you happen to be extremely successful, you're able to pay it off beforehand, then great, just pay off the loan and you only pay the interest up to the day that you have the loan. Or if you have a payment plan where you pay it off, really what we're looking for is making sure that you're no longer liable for that derogatory item, not really the FICO score. So that's how we measure your credit capacity. BK, so there's BK is a bankruptcy, there's Chapter 7, Chapter 13. We'll work with individuals that have a bankruptcy financing. So the next speaker that will be coming up in a few minutes is CDC Small Business Finance. So here in San Diego County, we have a pretty unique structure when it comes to lending institutions. You have organizations like Acción San Diego where you can really get started as a startup or maybe somebody with challenges. You're able to move up to a CDC Small Business Finance, which is also another nonprofit, but they do larger loans up to $2.5 million. And then you're able to transition to a traditional lender. So what we've been seeing is a lot of our clients really starting with us, growing, stay with us 1 or 2 years, and then transition to a traditional lender to get a line of credit or a term loan that might assist them to help them grow their business even more. And we talked about the publicity and networking opportunities. So again, just like the SBA, we help clients that don't fit the box, right? The box that most banks are looking for. There's different barriers that come into place when you're looking for financing. Everybody talks about the 5 C's of credit, credit, collateral, character, conditions. I forget the other one off the top of my head, but those things become important when you're looking at a traditional lender. For us, it's really what motivates you to be an entrepreneur. And you might think, well, you must have a high default rate because we're doing these risky, non-traditional loans. But to be honest, because of the relationship we build with our client and the resources that we give our clients, they're very successful. I mean, our current delinquency percentage in our portfolio, which is almost $2.5 million, is under 4%. So that tells you the time we take with our clients, and that's why we're a nonprofit, because we're not just making loans and really basing on volume. We're really looking to make an impact in the community, so we're really taking our time with our clients. We work with a lot of industries that a lot of institutions don't really want to work with. To give you an example, restaurants are considered a high-risk industry. They have a very high failure rate. So a lot of banks just say, you know what, we don't do restaurant loans, or we don't do construction loans, or we don't do transportation loans. But we really don't have any industries that we don't look at. And we do a lot of loans for brand new innovative businesses that no one has even heard of before. So a lot of times those are success stories. There's a big movement now with mobile food trucks, right? The high-end mobile food trucks. We started a lot of the successful projections are not in line with what's really going on in the marketplace. We might ask you to get help with your projections during the business counseling. Now, the technical assistance aspect of it comes when the client comes to us and directly requests specific help with a specific situation in the business. So they might come to us and say, hey, I have this problem with my landlord. I really need some legal help in negotiating.
This is Eddie Landeros. I am with CDC Small Business Finance. I'm going to try to be real brief because we're close to lunch hour and I know you guys want to get out of here. But in summary, I mean, we're a nonprofit organization also. We've been in existence since 1978. Think of us as a lender that thinks outside the box. I know that's said a lot, but I used to be a banker. I used to work for a couple of banks here in San Diego County, and traditional banks are very conservative. They have certain ratios that they have to meet, and they have certain, net worth guidelines that they have to meet, cash flow ratios. We have those as well, but we tend to be more flexible when it comes to lending to small businesses. Again, because we're a nonprofit, because we're getting funds